It's Nemo. I guess I'm gonna do an introduction because it's kind of rude not to introduce yourself. Yeah, it's Nemo. We doing the word of the Lord that I got like a couple of days ago. It took me a really long time to write this. But if you would like to follow along, it's from Isaiah 26 all the way to Isaiah 30, and none of 31. And these are just, I read the Bible, I study the Bible, and as I read the Bible, the Lord speaks to me. And this is what he had to say. You will keep in perfect peace those who are steadfast, because they trust in you. Trust in the Lord forever, for the Lord himself is the rock eternal. The path of the righteous is level. You, the upright one, make the way of the righteous smooth. Yes, Lord, walking in the way of your laws, we wait for you. Your name and renown are the desire of our hearts. When your judgments come upon the earth, the people of the world learn righteousness. But when grace is shown to the wicked, they do not learn righteousness. Even in the land of uprightness, they go on doing evil, and do not regard the majesty of the Lord. Lord, your hand is lifted high, but they do not see it. Let them see your zeal for your people and be put to shame. Let the fire reserved for your enemies consume them. Lord our God, other lords besides you have ruled over us, but your name alone do we honor. They are now dead. They live no more. Their spirits do not rise. You punished them and brought them to ruin. You wiped out all memory of them. You have enlarged the nation, Lord. You have enlarged the nation. You have gained glory for yourself. You have extended all the borders of the land. We have not brought salvation to the earth, and the people of the world have not come to life. But your dead will live, Lord. Their bodies will rise. Let those who dwell in the dust wake up and shout for joy. Your dew is like the dew of the morning. The earth will give birth to her dead. Go, my people, into your rooms and shut the doors behind you. Hide yourselves for a little while until his wrath has passed by. See, the Lord is coming out of his dwelling to punish the people of the earth for their sins. The earth will disclose the blood shed on it. The earth will conceal its slain no longer. In that day, I, the Lord, watch over it. I water it continually. I guard it day and night, so that no one may harm it. I am not angry. If only there were briars and thorns confronting me. Let them make peace with me. Yes, let them make peace with me. In the days to come, Jacob will take root. Israel will bud and blossom, and fill all the world with fruit. By warfare and exile you contend with her. With his fierce blast he drives her out. As on a day the east wind blows. By this, then will Jacob's sin, or Jacob's guilt, my bad, y'all, be atoned for. And this will be the full fruit of the removal of his sin. The fortified city stands desolate, an abandoned settlement, forsaken like the wilderness. When its twigs are dry, they are broken off, and women come and make fires with them. For this is a people without understanding, so their maker has no compassion on them, and their creator shows them no favor. And you, Israel, will be gathered up one by one, and in that day a great trumpet will sound. Those who are perishing in Assyria and those who are exiled in Egypt will come and worship the Lord on the holy mountain in Jerusalem. See, the Lord has one who is powerful and strong, like a hailstorm and a destructive wind, like a driving rain and a flooding downpour. He will throw it forcefully to the ground. As soon as people see them in hand, they swallow them. In that day, the Lord Almighty will be glorious crown. He will be a spirit of justice to the one who sits in judgment, a source of strength to those who turn back the battle at the gate. And these also stagger from wine and reel from beer. Priests and prophets stagger from beer and are befuddled with wine. They reel from beer. They stagger when seeing visions. They stumble when rendering decisions. All the tables are covered with vomit, and there is not a spot without filth. Who is he trying to teach? To whom is he explaining his message? Very well then. With foreign lips and strange tongues, God will speak to this people. So then, the word of the Lord to them will become, do this, do that, a rule for this, a rule for that, a little here, a little there. So that as they go, they will fall backward. So they will be injured and shared and shaved and captured. Therefore, hear the word of the Lord, you scoffers. So this is what the sovereign Lord says. I will make justice the measuring line, and righteousness the plumb line. Hell will sweep away your refuge, the lie, and water will overflow your hiding place. Your covenant with death will be annulled. Your agreement with the realm of the dead will not stand. The understanding of this message will bring sheer terror. The Lord will rise up as he did at Mount Peramim. He will rouse himself as in the valley of Gibeon. Now stop your mocking, or your chains will become heavier. The Lord Almighty has told me of the destruction decreed against the whole land. Listen and hear my voice. Pay attention and hear what I say. All this comes from the Lord Almighty, whose plan is wonderful, whose wisdom is magnificent. Add year to year and let your cycle festivals go on. Yet I will besiege Ariel. She will mourn and lament. She will be to me an altar hearth. I will encamp against you on all sides. I will encircle you with towers and set up my siege works against you. Brought low, you will speak from the ground. Your speech will mumble out of the dust. Your voice will come ghost-like from the earth. Out of the dust, your speech will whisper. Suddenly, in an instant, the Lord Almighty will come with thunder and earthquake and great noise, with windstorm and tempest and flames of devouring fire. Then the hordes of all the nations that fight against America, Ariel, that attack her and her fortress and besiege her, so will it be with the hordes of all the nations that fight against Mount Zion. Be stunned and amazed. Blind yourselves and be sightless. Be drunk, but not from wine. Stagger, but not from beer. The Lord has brought over you a deep sleep. He has sealed your eyes, prophets. He has covered your heads, seers. These people come near to me with their mouth and honor me with their lips, but their hearts are far from me. Their worship for me is based on merely human rules they have been taught. Therefore, once more, I will astound these people with wonder upon wonder. The wisdom of the wise will perish. The intelligence of the intelligent will vanish. Woe to those who go to great depths to hide their plans from the Lord, who do their work in the darkness and think, who sees us? Who will know? You turn things upside down as if the potter were to be like the clay. Show what is formed, say to the one who formed it, you did not make me? Can the pot say to the potter, you know nothing? In that day, the deaf will hear the words of the scroll, and out of gloom and darkness, the eyes of the blind will see. Once more, the humble will rejoice in the Lord. The needy will rejoice in the Holy One of Israel. The ruthless will vanish. The mockers will disappear. And all who have an eye for evil will be cut down. Therefore, this is what the Lord says, who redeemed Abraham, says to the descendants of Jacob, no longer will Jacob be ashamed. No longer will their faces grow pale. When they see among them their children, the work of my hands, they will keep my holy name. They will acknowledge the holiness of the Holy One of Jacob, and will stand in awe of the God of Israel. Those who are wayward in spirit will gain understanding. Those who complain will accept instruction. Woe to the obstinate children, declares the Lord. Those who carry out plans that are not mine, forming an alliance, but not by my spirit, heaping sin upon sin. Go now, write it on the tablet for them. Inscribe it on a scroll, that for the days to come it may be an everlasting witness. For these are rebellious people, deceitful children, children unwilling to listen to the Lord's instruction. They say to the seers, see no more visions. And to the prophets, give us no more visions of what is right. Tell us pleasant things, prophesy illusions. Leave this way, get off this path, and stop confronting us with the Holy One of Israel. Therefore, this is what the Holy One of Israel says. Because you have rejected this message, relied on oppression, and depended on deceit, the sin will become for you like a high wall,